Welcome back, everyone. I am JayborinoPlays, and this is Enslavers 2 Dark Vengeance, Episode 2 Hung Jury. The Dark Templar who kill their brethren must pay the price for their treachery. So, first off, let me apologize for the negativity at the end of the last episode. Wow, nothing towards the map maker. It's more the original maps. They're just huge, and I don't mind these big maps every once in a while, but when it's just the same thing over and over and over again, it gets a little tedious. So let's get going. At the very start of the gameplay of this mission, we're going to be under attack, and I'm going to try to move all my units back to a small corner of the map. And we'll be playing on hard again without the handicap. In this one, we're facing Terran. As you can see, drop pods, occasionally unload enemy troops, either in your base or in the enemy base when they're under fire, which is crazy because attacking the enemy bases is hard enough as it is. Alright, let's go. I regret that I was unable to defend Ire as I slept within my cryogenic chamber. I can scarcely believe that our homeworld is lost to us, let alone the fact that we have sided with the outcast Dark Templar. Fate has been whimsical of late. These are strange times, Eridas. Stranger still that we must now judge our own brethren for seeking to undo the peace that we have achieved. Urazaj, you and your 3 cohorts have desecrated the holy stasis cells and murdered the fallen Protoss warriors which they housed. You have proven yourselves to be traitors against the Protoss race, and you will be held accountable for your heinous crimes. Crimes, Zeratul, are a matter of perspective. As far as we're concerned, killing Highborn Templar is an act of righteous justice. Let the rulers of Ire feel what it is like to be hunted and driven from their homes. Let them suffer as we Dark Templar have suffered at their hands. Still you cling to the old hatreds. When will you realize that it is you who are the traitor? You call yourself a Dark Templar, and yet you sit in judgment of our actions. I alone shall not pass judgment. What has the tribunal determined? We find these Dark Templar guilty of murder and treason against our people. The tribunal has spoken. According to our ancient traditions, you shall be subject to Zeratul, an unidentified Terran force of substantial size has been observed in the canyons. Dispatch your forces to the canyons immediately, Executor. We shall deal with these traitorous terrorists upon your return. Urazaj and his minions will have to remain in their cells while we deal with these Terrans. Your rescue of my old battered form from the stasis cell gladdens my heart. My mind and body are yours to command. Shall we move to find this pitiful Terran force in the canyons? Commence the attack. The jail is under attack. Urazaj and his minions are escaping. Okay, so I'm going to F2 everything all the way down here. We're going to set this here. We're being assaulted by a large Terran force. Okay, all of you come down here, actually, because you're going to get attacked by these infantry. I know this because I played this mission 3 times and failed each time already. It's a very, very, very hard mission. Like, way, way, way too hard. Actually, we might not make it here. I'm just going to run. We'll see what we can save and just get all my buildings started. We have a very limited amount of space. I'll explain more on what's going on here and how I plan on beating this mission once everything is kind of settled. We do have some Corsairs here, so there's clearly Brood War tech. The problem is that they don't have Disruption Web, which would be awesome. It's too bad. Anyway, all these Terran are going to be making their way into my base here very, very soon, so I want to keep my Dragoons kind of up here and then move the Zealots in to help as well. So as you can see, very large force. Move on up here, Dragoons to back up my Zealots. And then back up. Let's make sure we're supported by our Photon Cannons as well. Now let's attack. There we go. Now, eventually, those battle cruisers will be coming as well, so don't want to stop making probes. So like I said, I've played this mission 3 times, and I am I'm getting frustrated. I apologized for the negativity at the end of the last episode, but this has been verging on infuriating. I've felt as if I've been doing very well, and then something, you know, just goes like horribly awry, and I keep saying like, man, I don't, you know, I wouldn't want to do the same thing every time. I wouldn't want to use mass carriers every time, but I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I think I might actually do that. I might do mass carriers this mission only to just freaking get this done. The thing is this, is I can survive in my base and mine out this whole base for a really long time. The problem is that when I push out, the enemy is so aggressively defensive. I don't know a better way to describe that other than they're just nuts. They're crazy with how good they can defend. All right, we got to get up here and kill these battle cruisers. They've used up their Yamato. The last time I played this, Eridus got Yamato'd. So he was really low on health for the rest of the mission. Go ahead and move this out. All right, we've done it. We actually saved a lot of units this time, and Eridus didn't get Yamato'd in the face. I need to get a cybernetics core. So basically, the key to defending in this mission, it's very easy to defend your base, and that is you just have to make cannons here and High Templar or Reavers, and the Terran just mass up on this little bridge here and just get destroyed. It's excellent. So as long as I can get High Templar quickly, I'm really good. But again, the pushing out is so hard. Zealots get killed so quickly by Bioball, Firebats, and Vultures. Dragoons all get locked down and don't do that well against Marines. I have no counter against carriers because, as you can see, I can't make Dark Archons because feedback would be the perfect counter for that. Can't make that. Nope. Absolutely not this mission. Okay, let's go ahead and make more pylons down here, and we're very, very strapped for space. Make this, and we're short on pylons again, so let's go ahead and make more back here. Carriers get locked down. Cloaked Wraiths, what happens is my carriers will get locked down, and then Cloaked Wraiths will kill them. It seems like the enemy kills my observers so quickly. There's just nothing I can do against those. I try to micro the observers, so even if I can see the Wraiths, everything gets locked down anyway. And they also come with large air attacks on this side, so I have to rethink maybe what order I attack in or what I attack with, but I feel like I've tried pretty much everything. I've done the hallucination bit, I've stormed, I've done carriers, but not mass carriers. I could try Disruption Web maybe, but attacking but also defending on two separate fronts is hard enough. Like, I'm attacking and then they'll come with air over here and attack across this bridge. It's seriously, like, monstrous, the requirement on this mission. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and get a Citadel. I thought I started that. No, I didn't. I decided to do something different. There we go. We'll queue that up. And, alright, we've got cannons there. Let's go ahead and remake this. Now, the problem here is that we have such a small area, we need to leave room for my own forces to get through, too. We're getting closer to High Templar. I figured I'd make these cannons first. I have a large force here to defend with in the meantime, so I should be okay. We'll get level 1 ground. Actually, cancel that. I'm going to get level 1 air, and again, I think... You know what? Fuck it. I think I'm just going to go ahead and go for the mass carriers, at least to make it through the first base. I want to take out all of... it's a white base all the way up here in the top right, and it stretches across, like, the entire top of the map. I just want to, you know, get through that earlier rather than later. Though, first things first, I need High Templar to defend. Reavers also might be a good option, and I need to make a robo facility anyway for the observers. But the problem is, if I get a robotics facility for the observers, I need to make an observatory, and if I want Reavers, I need to make the robo support facility. It's just money down the drain for these silly extra buildings. It's just the amount of stuff needed is wild. Anyway, we're making our Templar archives, so we'll be able to get some Templar out, and then we're going to need to make sure we do the the research as well. So again, I think I'm just going to save and go into carriers. Because basically what was happening was I had like 4 or 5 carriers along with my main attack force, which is comprised of mostly Dragoons, some Zealots, some Archons, and then High Templar. And I would storm with the High Templar, and it worked out great. But just at the rate that the Terran was reinforcing was so fast, I can't really describe it. Maybe I'll upload like a video of me just trying. I had an enormous army, and I was microing pretty well. I was using special abilities. It's just there's only so much you can do against an AI that has the APM of what a human can't do, and it uses its special abilities so quickly. It has unlimited money, so it can be building out of every building at once immediately, and while they don't rebuild that fast, they rebuild fast enough that it's just becomes impossible to get through, like, because they can reinforce infinitely and you can't. Anyway, I figured I'd point out here, you'll see this Eridus model. Eridus is a Phoenix clone, basically, for Dark Vengeance, and in Mass Recall 5.2, they gave Phoenix his own little portrait, which is really cool, they made a custom portrait for Phoenix in the Dragoon, and now they made one for, as the Zealot, and now they made one for the Dragoon as well. Anyway, I just need 1 or 2 High Templar to drop a storm on these assholes until I can get a large enough carrier force that can do most of the defense for me. Also, we have to wait for the storm to finish. Okay, now I am building up here because they're going to be coming at me with Wraiths too, so I just want to make sure that I'm in really good shape to do that. Here's my High Templar. If I can do mostly carriers in my attack, then I would feel really, really safe to move out and leave some High Templar at home. I leave Dragoons at home to help against Wraiths, and eventually it's going to be Battle Cruisers. It's just crazy how hard it is to stay alive against all this. I think I have enough cannons here to defend, plus my Dragoons. I'm okay until my Storm finishes, which is soon. Now, with the Kadarin Crystal upgrade, I think that's what it is, but it's the Kadarin Amulet upgrade. High Templar can actually storm 3 times, which is crazy, in my opinion. It's absolutely wild how much that is. Go ahead and get this and this. And we'll start my first carrier soon. We'll get air armor. No, we won't. Actually, we can. What I need is Zealot speed. That's just like, that's an upgrade you always need. I've got my 3 High Templar for defense and cannons. So as long as we're ready to storm, I've got my High Templar hotkey to 2, or 1. Okay, we have Storm. We're just going to let the energy build up on these guys. They each have 1 Storm, though, so well, I'll be able to survive against the next attack, and that will work against the Wraiths, too. The nice thing, too, is High Templar, when you use Storm, it's not dependent on any of your Forge Ground upgrades, so I can just work on my other upgrades in the meantime and be in really good shape. Shields is tempting. I'm going to go ahead and get Air Armor level 1, and then I'll start building my carriers. I'm going to have a ton of leftover minerals, and it'll seem like I have way more than I need, but trust me, it's never enough. As you can see, we just annihilated them with 1 storm at the cost of 75% of 1 cannon's health. So that's how we're going to stay alive while we build up these carriers. We have to slowly wait for gas income. That's what's going to take the longest, is that gas income. We can start my first carrier. I also need the interceptor upgrade that allows carriers to hold 8 interceptors instead of 4. And it really pains me inside to have to go mass carriers, but I don't know. I'd be interested. Have anybody who's watching this, have you played this? Have you beaten it on hard or brutal? What did you do? How did you do it? I think there's only one other person on YouTube who's uploaded this. I don't remember his name, but it was without commentary. Regardless, it looked like he was using mass carriers on several of the missions, and I just don't want to have to do that every time. That just seems so dry to me. So if someone has some recommendation, maybe Disruption Web, utilization of Disruption Web might be a good idea. I told you I've used Hallucination and Storm the last attempt, and I got through most of White, but then I was completely out of money, and I couldn't afford to continue any sort of attack, so it was just wild. I just really wasn't sure what to do. I'm going to stockpile my money mostly because that way I can constantly be rebuilding interceptors, and then eventually I'm going to need to save my get ready to storm again. I'm going to have to save my money in order to make observers as well. Alright, 1 stupid marine isn't going to bother me too much. I do have only 1 pylon here. I feel like I should make a second one just in case, maybe like right here. Okay, we've got our first carrier, and 1 carrier by himself actually will be very, very helpful in defending. Go ahead and get more pylons, and since I have money to do so, I can just make a shit ton. It's really a shame that I don't know. It's just the map design. I just think it's the map design. These maps are just... I don't know. It just feels like a really lazy attempt by Blizzard way back in, what, 1999 or something, to just throw these out like, look, here's some extra stupid maps. Now shut up. We gave you some more single-player content. And they just don't feel... I don't know. They're just too hard. And the remake made them a little more challenging, which I think is okay, because it's important that they were a little more challenging, since now we have Starcraft 2, we can select multiple things, but it's more the matchup. It's more this Terran versus Protoss matchup. Terran has so many effective counters when they can just spam their abilities as fast as, not even humanly possible, as fast as the computer can use them. And I don't have any counter for battlecruisers except scouts, but I couldn't afford to really make scouts because I was trying to make an army to push through white, and if I can't even attack into white, how am I supposed to defend my own base? And the other way around, if I can't defend my own base, how am I supposed to attack into white? Or any of the other computers. Maybe I should change which computer I'm attacking. That could be really important. We're going to go ahead and get air weapons level 2. Man, I'm just complaining non-stop. Again, I was going to say, like, I'm going to stop with the negativity. Again, I can't emphasize enough that I think that these remakes are excellent. Very well done, and it takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of work, it takes creativity to make any of these maps, so I really have no faults to say about opupu or opupu or opupu or however he, she prefers to be pronounced. It's more, again, I hold blame to Blizzard and whoever made these maps originally. Like, you throw out 6 or 7 maps of just 4 AIs that all can attack independently of each other, and you have your whole tech tree go. I just don't know. I mean, maybe stasis could be utilized. Again, it's just, it's very, very challenging, and I guess maybe the faster that I can get, if I were to, like, start attacking a little earlier, it might be more effective, but I don't know how, honestly. Make another gateway. We're getting attacked again by wraiths. I can't get in there to storm. Yes, I can. Okay. The range on storm is really, really good. All right, there we go. So again, these 3 High Templar are pretty much holding down our entire defense, and we have enough extra minerals that we can make more cannons. I'm way oversaturated on workers here. There's no free expansions to take on this map either, and I know because after I lost the first 2 times, I just went into the map and looked at the layout. I generally try not to cheat, if you would consider that cheating. I really tried not to do that, but geez, oh man, I needed some indication on, like, I needed some sort of direction to be taking, and it's just really, really challenging. But I shouldn't really be complaining. Again, it's more my skill level, but I'm still thinking, if I had excellent APM and super map awareness, what could I be doing differently? I think Dark Archons would be super helpful this mission, but I can't make them. I can't make Dark Templar. I don't know if that's a mistake. This is supposed to be Brood War. Again, I'm not really sure what's up with that, or if this whole thing is supposed to be played by, technically, the Kali survivors on Ire, because it seems like this is a faction of Dark Templar that are against us, but I thought the majority of Dark Templar were okay with us, so really not sure how that's supposed to be. Okay, we'll make more cannons as well. You can never have enough cannons. Okay, that's not true. You definitely can have enough cannons. As you can see, they're getting stuck behind their stupid Goliaths, so I just storm slightly behind the Goliaths and they all die. Again, I could just stay alive forever in this base, occasionally having to replace cannons until all my minerals run out. The AI, unfortunately, can just build forever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever. So they never have to worry about that kind of crap. Okay, so gas is my main problem here. I think once I get 8 to 10 carriers, I'm going to move out. I will bring some ground units, and I'm going to need to make observers too, which requires a robotics facility and an observatory. I guess ultimately what I'm mostly complaining about is the just the Brood War TVP matchup. I find Terran to be insanely good in the original Brood War. Just so excellent. They have some of the best special abilities, other than maybe Dark Swarm. Dark Swarm is an incredible ability that I think is hugely underutilized by a lot of people who play the original game, mostly because I think people didn't understand how it worked. But Terran, Science Vessels and Ghosts and Siege Tanks, incredible. Possibly the most versatile, best units in the game. Okay, Siege Tanks aren't versatile, but Ghosts and then vultures with their ability to kill light units like zealots. Like, zealots are supposed to be the best T1 unit, but they just get absolutely annihilated. Like, they're completely useless in the late game matchups. Here they come again. Go ahead and storm. No problem. I didn't even lose a cannon there. Okay, and then I'm working on my upgrades as well. So we're eventually gonna get this +3 shields. We're working on 2-2 here, and then we're gonna get 3-3 eventually. I think I'm gonna go ahead and start this this +3 shields now, because it takes a while to save up your gas for it anyway. So we'll go ahead and get it started. Alrighty, and we are gonna need these zealots to run in on tanks eventually. I think another problem of mine last time was I waited way too long to attack. Obviously, I'm waiting a long time to attack now. But the problem was I spent a lot of my gas on my ground upgrades, and I'm going to try to avoid that now and just go straight for my air upgrades. If I can get 2-2-3, so the armor and air plus the 3 shields, I would feel pretty safe. I don't even think arbiters would be that necessary, but I will need observers for those wraiths. So let's get, you know what, no, I'm going to save up. My next thing I'm going to get is my next carrier. Then I'm going to save 100 gas for my robotics facility. You absolutely cannot go in without detection. That's another thing Protoss is lacking in Brood War, is any sort of detection. Observers require so much tech to get to, like a sad amount of tech. Alright, here's the next attack. Storm. Ha ha ha. So satisfying. Still haven't even lost this one cannon here. Actually, the shield's going to be helpful for my cannons, too. My carrier's looking good. I thought I queued up that next carrier. I guess not. And we don't want to get supply blocked. I could make an arbiter. I think I already talked about this, but cloaking my carriers doesn't seem like it'll be worth it, because the science vessels and the turrets that are just blanketing the whole area. My hope is that I'll be able to have enough carriers that even if they lock down like half of them, I'll have enough to really take down anything else. Now, luckily, science vessels, they would irradiate my zealots, and just the graphic in it's very hard to see in terms of zealots which one is irradiated. So I would run in with like a huge amount of zealots, and then my dragoons and all that stuff, but they would get killed because I just couldn't quite see which one was irradiated. So that was a big issue. I am getting my +3. How am I looking on gas? We're mining out my gas. Again, as long as I can defend effectively and not really losing much. Honestly, it's the air attacks that are probably the worst. So it's deciding whether to go up here or down to the left. Now, I think taking the bases in the upper right would be slightly easier. Okay, so as you can see, they're not sending battle cruisers at me yet. The battle cruisers actually was what gave me the biggest problem, because I can storm the wraiths and kill them in 1 or 2 storms, whereas the battle cruisers largely unaffected by storms. I mean, they are affected, but I would need a lot more to kill them with just storms. And then dragoons are okay, but not quite good enough. Oh, I should point out Eridas. He doesn't have to survive. There's no objective that Eridas needs to make it, which is kind of funny to me. Oh, observers. That's next. Reavers, I think, would also be an excellent defense on this map. They would just annihilate Terran as they came across that bridge until the tanks started coming, and there certainly will be tanks. I'm surprised they haven't started sending tanks yet. No nukes, though. I'm actually really happy about that. And ultimately, I can't really complain. I am playing on hard mode. I could play on normal, and I feel like since I've already started the series, and I'm on hard, I should just continue on hard. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and start getting... How many do I have? I have 6. I got my 7th on the way. I think 8 would be a good number. More than that would probably be better, but again, the earlier I can attack, the better. Here comes the next attack. Do they have tanks yet? They still don't have tanks. Storm in the back. And just, Storm in Brood War. So good. It's just, like, unfairly good. So I can say, yeah, you know, make storms, and I did. I tried that, but the AI, it reinforces so quickly that I would run out of energy on my High Templar. I'd make them into Archons, and they would still die. I was trying to keep my melee from getting too far ahead, and there's, like, I don't know, again, maybe with just my skill which I think is pretty high. I did beat all of Mass Recall on hard mode. My skill, I'm not quite fast enough to micro every individual unit the way it needs to be microed in those engagements when I'm pushing into the enemy bases. So, as long as I can defend my base with High Templar, I can take these carriers and just completely stomp the AI. Okay, and an observatory. It is very tempting to get arbiters, though probably unnecessary. Also, arbiters are 350 gas. Yes, they're 350 gas. That's an absolutely wild amount. That is. Can't really be justified. If only High Templar had feedback, I mean, if I could just make like 2 or 3 Dark Archons to feedback battle cruisers, I would be in just fine shape. And I don't have any sort of EMP, so I have nothing to counter Yamato gun. So my carriers will get killed by Yamato. That might be a reason to go ahead and make arbiters, but I can't quite afford them. I'm going to get the sensor array. Okay, let's go ahead and storm up here. There's the tanks, carriers. Excellent. So they do have to move up quite a bit. Actually, just having this one cannon here is actually really, really good because it forces the tanks to siege up further back. They can only hit this one cannon, and then they'll unsiege and move up. So, okay, you carrier, go ahead and make your interceptors, and air armor level 3 is the only thing I'm lacking. Did I queue up those interceptors? I thought I did. I must not have. Okay, I'm feeling okay. We're gonna make 2 observers in case one of them dies, and we're gonna hotkey them. But I'm just gonna have them follow my carriers and not actually select them. That way, I can't accidentally auto-attack them into turrets or something stupid that I'm prone to doing. Yeah, we're almost mined out here. It's time to go take somebody out, and then I'm gonna need to take another base. But I have a huge amount of minerals, huge. So if I need to like rebuild my whole base or something, I could. Okay, this carrier's coming on down. Starting that +3 air armor might be really helpful as well. Wow, they have so much armor. Getting that extra armor might totally be worth it. Let's get up here and storm again. It's funny every time. It's just because they put themselves in that situation to be just super clumped up. Okay, we can go ahead and make 2 more cannons. One thing I learned last time, too, is don't build along this ridge because the tanks will never unsiege to move up. They'll just stay here happily forever, it seems like. Alright, 1 more carrier. Okay, start level 3 or build another carrier. Let's start level 3. I feel like I'm in pretty good shape here with, what, 9 carriers, though making a 10th. Kind of high up on my list. I don't know. How much gas do I have? Not a lot. I think if I wait for 250 gas, I make 1 more carrier, then they'll both finish around the same time, I think. And then I'm going to start building just lots and lots of Dragoons to defend myself. Zealots are going to be used to get in on siege tanks when they come with tanks, which is pretty much every attack now. And come on. And I'm just going to move up along the right side here and just start attacking from the upper right. I really didn't want to have to do mass carriers, but after 3 wasted hours of this, it's been 3 hours because I've done 3 attempts already that I failed. This is my 4th hour of playing this. It's just, there's only so much I can do. Like, I feel like it's a little boring, I understand, to watch just mass carriers, but there's only so much my sanity can handle before it's like, nope, I can't do it anymore. I gotta do the free win. And the free win is the carriers, so I apologize for that. Okay, there's my last carrier coming out. We can go ahead and make more cannons over here. Oh, I thought he would get trapped. Now he's trapped. Get out of there. And might as well use my minerals on something. Okay, you guys are 1. Where are my observers? They're in here, aren't they? Yeah, okay, and they're following me around. You're hotkeyed to 3. Okay, I've got the sensor array upgrade, I've got my last carrier, I've got +3 armor coming in about 2 minutes, maybe a little more than that. I've got High Templar to defend. I really don't know how anyone could beat this mission differently. Please, if you've beaten this, I know I do have one viewer, I forget your name, I apologize, Star or something. You said you beat the original Enslavers on Brutal. Did you do Dark Vengeance, and how did you do this mission? Because I guess other than mass carriers, I mean, the only thing I didn't really try is Reavers, and Reavers certainly redeemed themselves for me last mission, but I don't see how they would be useful in other than just defending, because attacking with them... Alright, let's go ahead and Storm. You know what, Storm again, just for good measure. The tank's trying to get in there, but they couldn't quite do it, and look at that. Super defense. Okay, it's time. I think it's time. Let's see what we can do. I'm going to save. As you can see, there's my last safety save. Wasn't going well. But now I'm safety saving before I'm moving out. We'll see what I can do. I have observers. I do have observers in here, right? Yes, okay. Gotta make sure I keep those alive. Okay, here we go. Can I make this happen? Not much can stand up to the might of 10 to 12 carriers. In fact, I should queue up more. In fact, I will. I queued up 2 more. Alright, here we go. Here's the first base that I could take. This puts me directly in harm's way, though, so... Okay, and what I'm going to do is avoid their front door. I'm going to go around. I think these turrets were put here specifically to stop you from trying to do this. And here we go. I'm expecting to get Yamato'd here. Here we go. First Yamato, and you're going to move back. Okay, and the longer time you spend dogfighting, the less time you're not destroying their structures. You need to get in there and start destroying their production. Absolutely crucial. Oh, did he just defense matrix himself? I didn't know they could do that. Okay. And we're pushing our way in. And they're getting a little trapped in their own building, so this is really, really good. Here's an attack. I need to pay attention to this. Storm. Okay, and get in on these tanks. Yeah, and they just unsieged. Perfect. Alright, I kill these. Kill. Quick. Okay, back up. How are we doing up here? Looking good. Only 1 lockdown. Surprising. I would have expected more than that. You back up. No? Okay. I thought I had selected something different. You back up. You back up. You back up. Okay, and then observers just keep following. I don't want you getting too far ahead. So many science vessels. As you can see, they're just constantly reinforcing. It's like a non-stop stream of units that will keep coming at me. At the same time, we have tons of carriers, so we're in really good shape. We killed all their initial ghosts, so they can't lock down much more. That's very, very important. Let's make sure we're auto-building interceptors here and go ahead and meet up. Alright, we got another one back in the fight. Alright, this is already going much easier than previous playthroughs. Oh, no. Oh, I'm so stupid. Well, we can keep him alive. Can't believe I did that. Okay, keep going. We did take out this base. There's the lockdown because they're... Oh, and I'm about to get... Oh, no, I'm not going to get Yamato. He doesn't have enough energy, but... those ghosts are in the bunkers, so they have enough energy, and when you bust the bunkers, then they all come out. Then they'll come out and lock you down. They stop building interceptors too. It's funny. There's the lockdowns again. Let's keep this up. We can destroy their factory production. As you can see, their bases across the entire top part of this map. So I'm just going to try to take it all out. And more lockdown. Wraiths, you're not today, Wraiths. Okay, and just more carriers at home. And it looked like they had a Valkyrie. Okay, I'm going to keep going. They have more production over here, as you can see. I need to be killing these starports. Kill that Valkyrie. You back up. More lockdown. Get on up here. You get on up here. You get on up here. There's the... Oh, God. No. Okay. And we're continuing the push. We have another carrier up here, probably a victim of lockdown. This is the furthest I've gotten so far. Eventually I want to take these bases, and then I have to defend those bases too. So defending on multiple fronts is hard enough as it is. Here's a large attack. Where are my High Templar? Here they are. Storm. And you know what? Storm them twice. What happened here? There we go. Alright, Carrier, get on up here. Still just an endless stream of units until you take out their last building. Yep, so Carrier's apparently the option to take. I don't know how to beat this without Carriers, which is sad. I really wish there was another option. I'm surprised I didn't get locked down there. I'm no longer locked down, which is good. Oh my word. Okay, well, we took out the first base. You know, it's tempting to just keep going and make this end a little faster, but I'm a little low on health. Let's just poke in, and if it looks poor, then I'll just get out and take all these bases. But the faster I can take these, the better. Okay, here's red, or at least one of red's bases. And we're kind of over the cliffs, so they can't quite see me that well. And there goes a barracks, very, very important. I don't see any starports. And no lockdowns. Good, good, good. And I'd like to find where the base is that's sending those air attacks at me. That would be really nice. Keep attacking. All right, here comes the next attack. Storm and storm. Very large attacks, as you can see. Any tanks? Doesn't seem like any tanks. I'll take it. Looks like we lost... We haven't lost a single carrier, but one is in the single digits. Oh, man. Okay. We only have one observer. We did lose one observer. Should try to see where he is. No, I think he's just dead, actually. Okay, probably a victim of when I auto-attacked at some point. I'm going to keep going. Seems like I'm in pretty good shape. I can... Oh, God. Maybe not. Run. Okay, we lost 2 carriers just instantly there. Lots and lots of battle cruisers. Time to go. Time to go. And attack. Run. Okay, it's time to go. But what I've done is I've freed up this new base. So come on up here. We're going to build a nexus here. And we're going to build a nexus... Oh, wait, no. There's actually... you guys build interceptors, and you're going to come over here. My current carriers come on down here. We got to clear this out so that my units can get through here and build a base. Eridos, don't die. We're going to make a bunch of zealots, or queue up a bunch of zealots. Probes, why don't you come on up here? Oh, no, 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 no! Observer! No! Woo! Okay, we've done it. Now probes. Come on up here. We're going to build a nexus here and an assimilator. And then we're going to build a nexus up here. Okay, so now that I've destroyed this base... Ooh, I've got a carrier up here. Now that I've destroyed this base, I'm curious to know if they'll attack over here, but frankly, I'm going to go ahead and make cannons anyway. I have stuff at home to defend, if necessary, including Eridos. Oh, boy. Okay, and let's go ahead and make an assimilator, too. So we really just need to get that gas going. And might as well keep going with my upgrades. We'll get level 1 ground. We can make another carrier. Again, really hate to be that person that just does mass carriers, but at this point, really don't know what other option I have. 2, 3. Here's the next big attack. Get up here and storm. Storm up here. Storm up here again. Siege tanks can get killed with 2 storms. Gotta be careful, I'm kind of storming my own stuff. Okay, and they're still attacking down here. I really expected them to end up going somewhere else. Okay, and then get these set up. These are my new main nexuses, whatever. Okay, come on. So get to mining, particularly gas. Split these guys up here. And let's queue up a bunch of probes. Now, they're leaving this base up here alone. Now, I think maybe if I would have left this base up, then this group of stuff would have ended up attacking me. But right now, I'm okay. What I can also do is make a bunch of shield batteries to help with my shields and my carriers. Okay. Nice. Okay. Okay, I think I'm back in this now, and I don't think I was ever out of this, but taking out at least half of the map of Terran is crucial. And I don't really want to risk screwing this up. Okay. Yeah, waste your Yamatos, you dummies. Battlecruisers have the survivability to really go up against carriers, so that's why they're a decent choice. It seems like those air attacks are going to be up here now, and I'm fine with that, you know? There's the nerfed shield batteries. They heal just slightly slower, and also they can't stack like they used to, but frankly, that's okay. Let's go ahead and up my observer speed. I'm going to make like 3 more, and more carriers. There we go. Can't believe mass carriers. Again, I apologize. This map is very, very intense. I had a lot of trouble on the original version of it too, so it's not just the remake that's hard. It was just hard to begin with. They've just got like it looked like they had a bunch of spider mines down here, and they've just got missile turrets littered all around here. I think there's only 2 or 3 Terran bases left, so once I get all this saturated, and what I'm also going to do is make wait for my observers to come up. I'm going to make like a bunch of infrastructure up here in case my lower base ends up getting taken out as well. Here comes their next attack. Actually, it's nice that I spotted that, so let's get ready. We're gonna be ready to storm. Come on, buddies. Come on. Cross the bridge. Storm. Storm again. Huge. Huge storms. Let's get in there and kill these tanks. Zealot's decent at killing tanks now. The tanks are 3-3. In fact, I need to keep upgrading my my ground because, as you can see, those tanks survive quite a bit. Okay. Waiting for my next couple observers to get up there. Here's my last carrier. In fact, I'm going to make more Stargates up here and gateways as well, so that I can make High Templar up here if I so choose. And there we go. There's all my new infrastructure. I'm going to make more pylons. Again, this is just completely in anticipation of losing my other base, just in case. Okay. And we've got observers, 4 observers. Got 12 carriers now. This is more than I had before, though some of them are wounded significantly. The Yamato will kill them outright if they get hit by a Yamato. I'm curious to know if the AI is smart enough to do that. I know if they're set to a certain difficulty, they will target weak units. Alright, so I'm going to go through and clear this out. We'll see what's kind of in this fog. Here's their next base, it looks like, or this was their next attack. Caught that battlecruiser before he could Yamato. Very, very important. Defense Matrix does not do what it did in the original Starcraft, and I'm very grateful. It was just so crazy overpowered. There's the lockdown. We don't have medics to restore. It was just like absurdly overpowered what it could do. I'm just going to hang out here. In fact, I'll just check what's down here. Kind of scope it out. Anything? Oh, there's a tank. Just take out anything and everything I can. Just kind of clear the way for... Don't get locked down. Don't get locked down. Okay. Once this is no longer on lockdown, we'll keep going. Now that we've got all of these, we can just queue up more carriers. I think it's curious that carriers have less, are cheaper and cost less supply than battlecruisers. At the same time, they're not really cheaper because you have to build 8 interceptors that are, how much a piece? 10? 25 a piece. So 8 times 25 is 200. So they're technically, what are they normally? 350. That makes them 550. But that's, I mean, they're cheaper in terms of gas, and gas is the thing that is always harder to come by. So I find them to be cheaper and way better than battlecruisers, I think. Especially Brood War battlecruisers. I think StarCraft 2 battlecruisers are decent, and they're not nearly as easily countered by stuff. But Yeah, I like them a lot, the StarCraft 2 battlecruisers. Also, just their attack animation is just so much more satisfying with, like, the rapid-fire attack. Alright, Red, I'm coming for you. Never mind, you're coming for me. Let's get in here. Storm, and Storm twice. The damage seems like it does stack. Let's get in there on top of these battlecruisers. Eridus, don't waste your life. I'm going to try to keep you alive, buddy, even though I don't have to. You seem like a friend, and we took a lot of effort to get you off of Ayers, so I want to make sure that you survive. I'm going to go ahead and make Dragoons and Zealots at home, just to make sure we stay alive. The High Templar doing great by themselves. Alright, we've got our next 4 carriers on the way. We're going to have 16 carriers. And the reason that I can have that many carriers is because I don't need that much for defense, because they're bottlenecked on that bridge. So I don't even want to think about what the future missions are going to be like, because, I mean, I'll use Storm, of course, but if I know I'm going to be facing Protoss later, we're going to be looking at Reavers, and I'm going to be looking at Reavers, tanks, Dark Swarm, all these things. I don't know how I'm going to defend and build a large enough force to attack. That's another reason why the difficulty on this is it's verging on near impossible, only because they can, oh god. Holy crap, large air force. We got to find where these are coming from and take them out. Run. Nope, we got them. Run. Observers, I need you up here. Okay, that actually was a problem because my observers were too far away. Alright, observers. I just wanted to pull him out so I could select all of them. Follow this guy. I think I just lost 3 carriers, so it's a good thing I built those other ones. Might as well queue up more. I've got the income now. I think I've got this in the bag. My supply limit's reached. Oh, that's because I'm building gateway units down there, too, for defense. But we're going to push into red here. Oh, I see those gateways. Those are the gateways. Those are the problem gateways. So we won't get Yamato'd, I think, if we can kill battlecruisers as they're spawning, and we just killed their main force, so... Okay, well, this one has it. Oh, god, Valkyries. I can't really spread. They're already spreading because they're already stopped. Okay. We lost 2 carriers. And we're getting locked down. But if I could just kill their production here, I think I'm in really good shape. That air production is what's been killing me this whole game, I think. Okay, so we took out their starports, which was probably the biggest problem. Lost 4 carriers recently. Tisk tisk on me. The nice thing about carriers, though, is you just auto-attack across the map. You don't have to do anything. But I just want to emphasize, I did try using different units and microing, and it's just, wasn't fast enough. But luckily, carriers are like instant free win. Alright, here comes the next ground attack. I really need to take out Red, too, to stop him from doing this constantly. Okay, don't want to lose these Templar. Alright, great. And here's my next carrier. Okay, and the last base is red, and he just attacked me, so he should not have that much stuff. Where are my observers? I still have observers, yes. Okay. Now, it wasn't really revealed to us who these Terran are. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I have nothing to say, but there's only been one Terran villain in the Enslavers series so far, so take your best guess on who you think it's going to be. Okay, now when it says... Now it says destroy the Terrans, I assume, again, it means all of them. Okay, come on down here. Make sure you're still following observers. Okay, let's keep it up. Keep the pressure on. As you can see, they're just constantly reinforcing. This, look at all this production. Maybe I should have gone for this base first. That would have taken a huge amount of pressure off of me. Stop attacking over there, carrier. Okay, you 2 carriers, come on down here and then through, because I don't want you going through these bunkers that I left alive. I should have just killed those. But when I saw this production, honestly, if I took the time to go up and kill these, oh my god. If I took the time to go up and kill those bunkers, all of these production buildings would rebuild their whole frickin' army. I guarantee it. Again, it's because they have no money constraint. I think that's the thing, and it was in the original game like that too, is they just have no financial constraint. the AI doesn't. So it's a huge boon for them. Alright, so this should do it. We'll see if we have to destroy every building or just the command centers. Nope, it's pretty much everything. You guys can come down here and attack those bunkers because you can outrange them for the most part. Of course, lock down. With your dying breath, the ghosts lock down. That's what I'm talking about. They're just able to do it so quickly. I think they were able to do that in the original game too. Like they were fast enough that they could do that. There's the lockdowns. Oh my word. And we're out of interceptors. Okay, come on up here. We gotta clear all this out still. But we've done it, 1 hour and 8 minutes in-game. That might be just a little shorter than the last episode. I'm not sure. That one was maybe 55 minutes or so out of game. Okay, so yeah, we have to kill all the Terrans. I don't know if there's more bases down here, but I don't think so. That's where the stasis cell was. Alright. Okay, we've done it. I'm hoping next mission I'm not going to do mass carriers. I guess the fun of these missions, it's always fun to watch mass carriers kill everything, and at the same time, it's fun to try to defend while you get those mass carriers. That's where the real meat of the missions are. If only if it were that easy. Make some gateway units. Nice. Where was that ability where I could use it in the mission? Local player victory. That's me. Okay, well, long mission again. Hopefully I didn't complain too much. Most of my complaining took place at the beginning of the mission, as opposed to the end when I got those carriers and felt like I was winning. That really turns my morale upside down. Anyway, I'll see you next mission, which I assume is going to be another enormous map where I have to destroy 4 to 5 AI and do something or other and kill everything, I assume. Anyway, this has been Jayborino. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you're enjoying the series, and I will see you next time. Bye.